Holy freaky looking rocks.
Look at their little girls.
Eroded little cave. All this was dropped by glaciers about 15,000 years ago. Oh my god! Ah! This is what it's like to be starstruck by rocks. Oh yeah, it's quartz on top of it. What is this? Siberian
Miner's lettuce.
Siberian miner's lettuce. That's for future me when I have no idea what I'm looking at when I'm editing.
They're usually like big bushes, but they're just like happy there.
Nootka rose. So cute.
Yeah, we'll find some blooming, I'm sure, at some point.
Yarrow.
Oh, there's some blooming!
Oh yeah!
Yarrow! It's so gorgeous. Yarrow. Soft leaves.
I love the leaves. They're like little feathers.
I think so.
Oh yeah!
You tell me.
This right here is a pothole.
Woo! Yes.
Exactly.
That's how it happens.
Very official explanation.
That's all you need.
Oh my god. Oh shit.
Whoa. This is a nice view though. Really?
Yeah.
He's alive. We're good. What's happening? Why are you so excited?
I'm like speechless right now because this is my first time ever seeing pillow basalt, and we just like came up around this little. Why
Hill?
can't I ever say the word of like what I'm thinking? Hill.
I don't know.
And saw this huge outcrop of pillow basalts. I'm like starstruck right now, so I'm like speechless. But this is the site of an ancient divergent plate boundary in an ocean. So millions of years ago, I believe 50-ish million years ago, lava erupted at the bottom of an ocean. And when lava erupts underwater, deep underwater, it's different than when it erupts on land, and it creates these really cool, bubbly, lumpy shapes that look like pillows. That's what we're looking at right now. It's part of a sequence called an ophiolite, and it's like towards the top of the sequence of an ocean floor. So. Oh my gosh. I haven't even gone over there yet, and I'm just like starstruck. This is what it's like to be starstruck by rocks, I guess. Rockstruck.
Rockstruck.
And that, I think, is some dalasite, which like the technical term is hyaloclastite. It formed in between the pillows. I actually don't know exactly what minerals. I think there's chlorite, epidote, quartz, and calcite in it. And they formed as like altered secondary minerals in between the pillows that were erupting, and it cooled very quickly. And hyaloclastite only forms underwater in underwater volcanic eruptions, and there's a lot of it in Iceland as well. So this was actually a really similar environment to modern day Iceland, the spreading ridge of divergent tectonic plates. I'm like, let's just go further over there. That's a pillow, and then I go up to it and it doesn't look like a pillow. It's like a Monet painting. It's crazy. That one really does look like a pillow though. I'm so cozy right now. This is the best pillow ever. It's really sharp. I'm just gonna take a nap right here. Ah! Okay, I'm in one of my favorite geological features ever, and this is called a pothole. It's not like the potholes that you find on highways, it's much cooler. As you can see, it's like this very round cylinder kind of shape that's just drilled into the bedrock, and that's exactly what happened. These formed about 15,000 years ago at the end of the last ice age when the glaciers were melting and there was so much meltwater that sent floods of it through the landscape and eroded the bedrock. And at one point there would be a boulder or a pebble or a group of pebbles that would get stuck in a crack or something. The water would be so turbulent that it would cause the rock to start spinning. And it would spin so long and with so much force that it drilled down into the bedrock and creates these really cool little holes in the rock. So this is the riverbed, and I'm in one of them right now. This is probably about 3 feet, 1 meter, maybe a little less. And it's probably like 4 feet deep. I'm sitting on one of the many boulders that are in here, and I'm not quite sure if these boulders were the culprits of making this one or if they fell in afterwards, but I'm sure at least one or a few of them in here were the ones that originally drilled the hole. But if you look around me in my surroundings, you can see actually a bunch of smaller ones and bigger ones. So there's huge ones that people are swimming in right now as like a water hole, swimming hole. And then there's also smaller ones. We have this one right here, and you can see the rocks in it. And then down there's water flowing through this kind of riverbed. And then there's also like curved walls that show you like where they started forming. There's some over here. At the time, there was obviously a lot more water than there is now. So that's why you'll see evidence of the erosion of the water back then from these floods. That obviously the water isn't that high, but you can tell it was that high and even higher up there. And right here is, I think, another part of a pothole that maybe there used to be more of it here and then it got eroded, but you can see this really cool curved wall. And that just shows you the force of the water, of that meltwater, that really just destroyed the riverbed as it was flowing. How do I get down? This is also really cool in here, but I don't know if I should climb down that.
Cute. Over here with my cousin.
Oh my god.
So cute.
This is so cute. It's a bookstore, a cafe, and a garden.
Oh, it says.
So that is the Olympic Peninsula, and we've been driving north up towards Port Renfrew, and now we're getting to see the tip of Olympic Peninsula way over there. The Olympic Peninsula over there, and then Canada over here.
They're so cute. I love them. And the ones over there too.
Oh yeah, they're so cute.
And the light. They're waking up. Unfurling. Little bugs. Oh, look at that. There are little bugs on it.
Aw.
I don't know what those are, like little beetles or something.
Wow, that's so tiny.
I just love how they like swirl. Come here, little bugs. Let me snap a peck of ya. Come on, focus. Come on.
Wow.
Oh, this tree, that tree, that tree, that tree, that tree, that tree. They're all citrus species.
It's probably
Pretty.
sandstone, maybe? It's not focusing. Why aren't you focusing? Okay, this is so freaking cool. Okay, I need to show you where I am right now. Okay, look at this. Beautiful, like, eroded little cave here by the sea. And it's just this really cozy room that you can walk into and hang out. And look at this view. Look at this. This is magical. I'm in heaven. This is my new house.
Are you freaking out?
Yeah, I feel like I could just stay here for like,
We could have camped here.
I would love to camp here.
I got some great videos. You're just like stopping, looking, bending down, standing up, walking a foot, bending down. It's so good. It looks like a mountain, like a snow.
Oh yeah. On top of, it looks like this might have been like a quartz vein that went in between whatever rock this was. So Rachel,
Yes,
would you like to know how these rocks formed and why they're so cool?
I would love to know.
Where we are right now, in this little cave, is we're surrounded by sandstone. So you pointed that out over there when we first saw the outcrop right here, that it was like really cool cross bedding. Yeah. And so this is all 35 million year old sandstone. And then right below it is conglomerate, and it's boulder conglomerate. So there are these really cool chunks that actually formed on a beach environment similar to this one. And so the sandstone is a little bit younger. It was formed in a slightly deeper water, I think. And then the boulder conglomerate was more like, kind of like what we're looking at, a bunch of boulders and cobbles all just like scattered and then sand in between them. So that essentially, that environment was then compacted and recorded in the rock record. But what's really cool is that below these two 35 million year old rock layers, there's this really small layer under it, right here, is metamorphosed sedimentary rocks that are 135 to 150 million years old. Geologically looking at that is like crazy because the laws of geology essentially state that like when you were looking at a rock record, like the layers of rocks, there's usually going to be sequences of time that tell you like the story of what happened. But here we have 100 million years of missing time. Like the pages were ripped out of the book. And it's also cool because they're very different rocks. So like metamorphosed rocks, it's kind of crazy that they're right next to these sedimentary rocks that weren't metamorphosed. So at some point, these older rocks were put under a lot of pressure and heat to be altered. And then above it is completely unaltered rocks. So it's like, what happened here? And it's because we're in a fault zone. Is that an eagle?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Well, there's not a bunch. There's two of them over there.
Oh my god.
His legs are down?
Yeah.
Legs are down. Oh, no, didn't get it. There's another one.
Oh, I found a holy rock, my favorite. I think this was maybe a conglomerate to start out, or some kind of sandstone that had maybe like different sized grains of sand. And since we're right on the ocean, there's high winds and waves that pelt sand and rocks at the rocks and kind of erode them. And then there's also creatures that then go in and make their homes in these rocks, and they kind of also contribute to further eroding them. So that gets these really cool, holy, freaky looking rocks.
This is their tail that's like adapted to be glued onto their abdomen. So, you know, lobsters have their tails sticking out. I'm trying to flip it over. So the females have like this wide shape, and the males have more of like a thin, it's like a lighthouse shape. So this is like they call this like the honeycomb shape.
She's like, what are you doing?
So they have this because they hold all their baby eggs between their body and the tail when they have babies. So all the eggs are carried in there. So that's how you tell it's a female. And she only has one pincer right now, so she'll grow back her other one. She may have lost it in combat or defending herself or something. Yeah, this is a little shore crab.
She's so cute.
Yeah, they're very, very cute little critters.
Look at her eyes.
Yeah.
She's like, what are you doing with me?
But that is like really not an ideal spot to be stuck in. She's just gonna cook in the sun. Oh yeah, there's a crab friend. There's a crab friend. That was much cooler in here too. There's a new kid on the block.
Rachel's saving the crabs. Look at her.
Trying to. Look at her go.
She's so cute.
Yeah, I love shore crabs. They're so fun.
Look at her walking sideways. More chaotic rocks. This is the boulder conglomerate. Yeah. All these big chunks of rock. Oh, this is the unconformity here too, I think. This is the metamorphosed sedimentary rock.
And then the conglomerate.
Here. And then the conglomerate right above it.
Yeah. Cool.
I love this.
I love conglomerates.
Me too.
It's like chunky.
Yeah. You just look around and like all this stuff is like future conglomerate.
Yeah. The ingredients.
Yeah. Like it's pretty much like this is what was happening, and then it all got buried and compacted. Ooh, we have some nice glacial deposits here. Glacial till. All this was dropped by glaciers about 15,000 years ago. Just a bunch of stuff that it collected and broke down over time during the Ice Age, and then plopped it here when the glaciers melted. So it's a mix of just pebbles, cobbles, sand, clay, lots of different things. This like doesn't even feel like Earth.
I know. It's like
I didn't expect it to be so green.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Oh my god. The mist, and it's like not too much mist. It's like the perfect amount of mist. Okay, so I've been looking forward to sitting here the entire day, and my camera is literally about to die. It's at 1%, so I'm gonna go really fast. I'm at the Leech River Fault, and I'm looking essentially at the fault surface where right here there's 35 million year old sandstone, and over there behind me is 54 million year old volcanic rocks, basalt. I gotta take a breath. It's just really cool because the entirety of Vancouver Island, long story short, is made up of a bunch of chunks of Earth's crust that have collided and smushed into each other. And right here is essentially the meeting spot where all these worlds have collided and are continuing to subduct under each other. And it's just so cool. This is an active fault, different rocks over there than these over here. They're different ages. It doesn't really make sense. So Vancouver Island wasn't here over 100 million years ago. And then the first kind of chunk, the main chunk that makes up Vancouver Island is called Wrangellia, which we talked about. And that is mostly like volcanic igneous rocks that formed in a completely different part of the world. Like some of it was closer to the equator. It was out in the middle of the ocean for a long time. And then tectonics brought that over to North America and kind of like sutured it to North America. And then that continued where it is kind of like this conveyor belt where more stuff just kept being added to that mess. So the main chunk of Vancouver Island is Wrangellia, and then we have the Pacific Rim terrain came about 54 million years ago, sutured itself to Wrangellia, and then right after that, 42 million years ago, it's like a blink of an eye between those two, the crescent terrain came and subducted under. So that's actually continuing right now because the Juan de Fuca plate is continuing that movement, and that's currently subducting under the North American plate. So it's kind of like pushing these other older subductions kind of like further and further down and in. So it's very chaotic.
It sounds chaotic. It's a lot. A lot.
This algae is so green.
Now the ocean right here. Becky right there. Oh, really? You did it!
I'm in my cave.
You're in the cave. In the cave.
Thank you.
So gross.
Rachel, everybody. This is our cave.
That's cool, hey?
It's so nice.
Light.
And like the way the sound like travels through it. everything's closed in this tiny town, so snacks for dinner at 10 p.m. Oh no, they all fell out.
Oh no.
Just had that as my main course. This will be the dessert.